And I hope this finds you all doing okay in this interesting time that we're living in. So we'll give it just a few more minutes. We'll let a few more people join in. And then we'll get started with the book Courage today. So if you're just joining us, this is the Hillsborough County PTA, PTSA Facebook page. And my name is Jennifer Southerland, and I am the Military Inclusion Chair this year. And April is the month of the military child. It is recognized all over the world. As a matter of fact, we've been following the European PTA and the DODEA PTA. PTAs all over the nation are doing Read Across the Country, Read Across Europe. Today we're going to be doing Read Across the County. And in honor of the month of the military child, we're going to read the book Courage by Bernard Waber. You may have heard of some of his other books, Lyle the Crocodile. That has been a favorite over the years. Courage is one that has been out for quite some time. And oftentimes when I was working for the Military Child Education Coalition, we would read this book, Courage, at different literacy events. So in this time that we're living in, we thought Courage would be a great book to learn about some of the everyday types of courage that we have to muster up to face these days that we're living in. We know about the obvious kinds of courage. Our policemen, our service members, our firemen, our frontline workers who are working in the hospitals so diligently to try to help people right now. This is more about those everyday situations that kids face and that sometimes adults face, and ways that we deal with situations that make us a little nervous or scared. So we will get started with Bernard Waber's book, Courage. And as you can see, the book pages are on the screen. So you don't have to look at my book. You can just look at the ones that are being shown currently. Okay. There are many kinds of courage. And you can see this young lady is wearing ice skates. And there are other awesome kinds of courage. You can see on the next page there are tightrope walkers, and there's circus performers, trapeze artists. Maybe this isn't something you do every day, but it certainly takes courage. And everyday kinds. Have you gone to the swimming pool and thought about jumping off a diving board? Did you also hold your nose? Still, courage is courage, whatever kind of courage it is. Courage is riding your bicycle for the first time without training wheels. Courage is a spelling bee, and your word is superciliousness. Can you spell that? Courage is 2 candy bars and saving 1 for tomorrow. Courage is mealtime and desperately hoping it's not chunky chunks and real gravy again. And courage is nobody better pick on your little brother or your little sister. So creak, creak, tappity, crack, crunch, tap, ping, ping, slam. Ooh, drip, drip. What are these sounds? It's nighttime, I think, and even the dog is scared. Courage is when it's your job to check out the night noises in the house. Courage is being the new kid on the block and saying flat out, Hi, my name is Wayne. What's yours? There's a lot of people that will be moving this summer. Courage is tasting that vegetable before making that face. What's your favorite vegetable? Courage is not peeking at the last pages of your whodunit book to find out who did it. And courage is being the first to make up after an argument. Have you ever had an argument with your parents or with your siblings, and neither one of you wants to say sorry first? Sometimes it takes courage to be the first person. Courage is deliberately stepping on the sidewalk cracks. Or courage is, it's the bottom of the ninth, the tie score, 2 outs, bases loaded, and your turn to bat. Courage is the juicy secret you promise never to tell anyone. Courage is being sudsed and scrubbed by strangers. Can you imagine what your dog thinks when you take him to get a bath? Courage is breaking bad habits. This looks like the kitty has a hard time not scaring the dog, and vice versa. Courage is suddenly making a silly joke and trying not to giggle when everyone else is being especially serious. Have you ever done that in class? You try so hard not to laugh, but you can't help it. Courage is arriving much too early for a birthday party, being the first one. But courage is sending a Valentine to someone you secretly admire and signing your real name. Courage is admiring, but not plucking. Courage is going to bed without a nightlight. Courage is deciding to have your hair cut. And courage is trying to cover up your mean and jealous side. I bet you don't have that. Courage is a scenic car trip and being stuck in the middle during the best part. And courage is explaining the rip in your brand new pants to your mom or dad. Oops. Courage is going on it again. The roller coasters. Who likes to ride roller coasters? Courage is if you knew where there were some mountains, you would definitely climb them. Courage is exploring new heights and depths. And courage is a blade of grass breaking through the icy snow. And courage is starting over. Have you been to the beach and you worked so hard on that sandcastle and someone just comes over and knocks it over? But you start again sometimes. And courage is holding on to your dream, whatever that dream might be. Courage is being a firefighter or a police officer, or a service member or a nurse or a doctor. Courage is sometimes having to say goodbye. A lot of us didn't get a chance to say goodbye to our friends and teachers before our big break here, so that took a lot of courage. And courage is what we give to each other. The end. So I really hope you enjoyed the book Courage by Bernard Waber. It's a great book to start discussions around the dinner table. We also have a program called Family Dinners that we used to do at the Military Child Education Coalition. So some questions you can ask tonight about courage is, what kinds of things are scary or make you nervous? Another question could be, what do you think a hero is, and who are your heroes? And another question you can ask to get children to think about being outside of themselves is, how can we reach out to others and give courage to each other when we need it the most? So those are just some suggestions to take the book and expand it at home. I really hope that you will read more books, and if you're interested in more resources or more titles that maybe you have not checked out yet, we have put on our website, the www.hccptaptsa.org, a list of books that children can read, a list of resources for parents. It can be military, and some of these can cross all populations, so it just doesn't have to be military. So you can find those there, and also they will be posted. There's a link that will be posted underneath this book reading today that you can click on later and go check some of those out. One thing that I did want to point out that has just recently come out this year is The Seasons of My Military Student. And this is a great book for teachers, educators, principals, and parents about how to understand the military student and how to support a military student as they move from a location and they arrive at the next location. And this is also on our book list, so feel free to check this out. It's available on ebook or on hard copy. And again, if you would like to take some of our ideas that we used this week for the month of the Military Child Spirit Week, please feel free to do that. I certainly got ideas from other locations myself, so please take it and run with it and do some things in your own schools or your PTAs. And one suggestion we had was to start a book club and maybe pick one of these books to read, over the summer. Maybe right now it's too hard to tackle just getting classwork done, but maybe you can put a book reading list together for families over the summer, and that's something you can do to stay connected. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Jennifer Southerland, the Military Inclusion Chair, and if you need to reach me or if you have any questions, you can email me at military@hccptaptsa.org. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.